In the golden light of an Australian winter, we harvest the fruit of the season, catch up on so much fencing work, and appreciate the colours of the shifting days, creating, inspired by nature's ever-changing beauty. This grapefruit tree is more than 50 years old, and the fruit that it grows are huge and so tasty. They sit high above its twisting limbs, so we use our trusty fruit picker to collect them, but sometimes the fruit picker isn't big enough to hold these massive fruit.
It's like a massive football. That is so much fruit.
Winter is the season of abundant fruit here, especially citrus. We get so many that we have to think of new, innovative ideas of how to use them. We often talk about trying to live with zero waste, but I think the truth is that this life kind of requires you to live in this way. It isn't a choice. The abundant fruit makes you think of new recipes. The endless fencing requires innovation. The constant jobs require problem solving. And the isolation brings inspiration. In the season of citrus, I always think of the cliche, if life gives you lemons, make lemonade. But here on the farm, I think the saying should be adjusted more to, if life gives you lemons and oranges and mandarins and tangerines and grapefruits that are bigger than your head, then innovate. Each year we try to think of new recipes. Upside down orange cakes, lemonades, limoncello, mandarin pulp almond cakes, lemon tarts, or just eating as many as we can fresh off the tree. This year, my favourite has been grapefruit salad. So I'm making a cozy feast to accompany it. Stuffed mushrooms with rosemary is always one of our favourites with harissa potatoes on the side. In our family, food is such a celebration, written by the changing season. These cozy winter meals are my favourite. But the freshness of citrus at this time of year just feels like a magic touch, so I'm making grapefruit and burnt olive salad. The grapefruits are so big that once you open one, you normally have a huge snack that you just can't finish. So I eat some segments, I turn others into a juice, or I share it round. It's so beautiful to imagine the whole year this tree building the energy to create such a large and nutritious fruit. Thinking of these random ways to use our fruit is always a little way that we like to live with zero waste. The more recipes and innovations means that the more fruit that we can eat before a cockatoo eats it off the tree. So please, if you have any grapefruit recipes, let us know. This winter, we're trying to finish the big job of fencing the largest paddock for the goats. At the moment, only the sheep can go on this paddock, so it would be amazing to get the goats on this side of the farm too.
When we're out doing farm work, we're normally in the middle of nowhere, and it's always hard to get home if we run out of battery on our tools, which is always, it's a long way home and it kind of ruins our fencing jobs. So we like to bring a portable power station with us. This is the Anker Solix C1000 and it has 9 charging ports with 1800 watt output power. So it's capable of charging multiple devices all at once. So we can charge our tool batteries, our chainsaw battery, my phone all at once, and we never have any of those moments where we can't finish the job because we've run out of tools. And the Anker itself is also able to recharge super fast. You can plug it into a wall, a solar panel, or even your car charger. When ultra fast mode is activated, the C1000 can be fully charged in only 58 minutes, which is 27.5% faster than other portable power stations with the same capacity rate. And it recharges to 100% in just 1.8 hours with 600 watt solar input, which is 40% faster than other similar products. Why I love this power station is because it's built to last for over a decade, even if you're using it every day. They have a long-lasting technology called the InfiniPower TM, and that combined with LiFePO4 batteries, durable electronics, and a smart temperature control system that monitors its temperature up to 100 times per second, the C1000 is built to last. You can check out the link in our description for more information, and thanks again to Anker for sponsoring this video. I charged this at home with a solar panel, and now it took all of the sun's energy and it's able to charge my tools with it, and I find that so cool. And of course it can power for my car as well. Uh-oh. This tree is in the way because the borers have eaten it out so that it's completely snapped off. So before they go to the rest of the tree and kill the whole tree, I'm gonna chop off this and hope that I get the insects inside. I've never changed a chainsaw chain before, so I'm a bit stressed. I don't know what I'm doing.
Of course, one job always leads to the next, and even though we came here to fence, we ended up trying to save this tree, which means we need to put the chain on the chainsaw first, but this is just the joy of a farmer's life. No job is simple, and no list is easily ticked off. There will always be 1,000 jobs that you haven't even thought of yet.
I put the chain on the wrong way, but Mum helped me, and I think we've got it the right way now, and I think it'll work, but I'm always scared to chainsaw. So there's obviously a borer in here, so the trick is that you can kind of see where they've drilled through the tree and how far they've got, and they'll continue and kill the whole tree. So if I just keep cutting and I keep seeing a hole in it, then I haven't got the borer out yet, but the moment that I don't see a hole, then the borer is in the dead wood above. The tree is super dead everywhere, so I think I'm gonna just try it here, see if we get the borer there. There's no borer evidence in here, so that means the borer is somewhere up there, so the rest of the tree is saved and it won't get eaten by a borer and die.
Finally, we're off to actually start the job that we came here to do. We can only drive into this paddock when it's dry because there's no real access road and it gets very boggy. So this dry season is the perfect chance to get onto all of the fencing that we've been meaning to do.
First job is fixing up this fence line. I'm gonna get all of the weeds with this digging bar, and Mum's gonna be cutting it with a reciprocating saw.
This fence line is one of the last that isn't yet goat proof. The sheep are angels and they would never question a rusted piece of wire being the border of where they can and cannot go. But the goats have a different sort of demeanor and they will push your boundaries physically and metaphorically. I love them so much, and these little angels are my best friends, but I'd also not wish a goat's determination onto my worst enemy. When they want to escape, they will. So we're replacing this old mesh with a new layer, so that the goats can't escape through here.
You should have your earplugs on. Yeah. That's not gonna work. You have to. Okay. Like that? Yeah. I can't watch your hand.
Me and Mum definitely have some unconventional fencing techniques, and half of our problems come from rusted out fences that we replaced with old wire a few years ago. But we love to reuse, and if it will last a few years more, then it's worth recycling. So we're using an old bit of mesh to put in here.
So this is a skirt that Julia got for me from a garage sale, and she got it really cheap because it has a few problems with it. It's broken and it's badly made. So those are two things that I kind of like because it makes it a fun job for me. Firstly, the waistband is just like one of these like tie-up ones. I don't know, maybe the elastic came out and someone put a ribbon in there. So that's not working. It's also quite big, I think. And then also someone cut a hole out of the hem, which is really sad because it's this beautiful Indian block print and then there's just this big hole cut out of it. But I'm gonna fix it up and I'm gonna make it into a cute wearable skirt for myself, so it's gonna be pretty easy, I think. First job is fixing up this hem because it's the worst part. I'm going to, on this side, so they've cut on the seam, which is quite frustrating because if it was on that side of the seam I could just, you know, do it on that side, and if it was on this side of the seam I could just do it on this side, but it's on both. So it's a bit of a problem, but I'm gonna just like fade this one into the seam, so just like slowly over here take it up just so that it kind of gets taken into the seam, and then on this side I'm going to take it all the way up, and then I'm going to gain a little bit of fabric which I might make a top out of, and that way there's no gap, and then I'll just join them. There's actually a pocket in the seam as well, so I'm going to work around it so that I can keep the pocket because I'm a big fan of pockets and I don't want to get rid of that. Now I'm just gonna unpick the waistband, which is gonna take a really long time. I'm so glad I found my unpicker. I was gonna start this project without an unpicker because I've lost it, and if I had, I would have given up a very long time ago. So with the strip taken out, this is what the skirt looks like, and with the waistband off. So now I'm just going to, it's still way too big, so I'm going to gather it in more so that
it's more gathered like that, and then I'm gonna add the waistband again. I'll do up the seam first.
I think my favorite part of mending is doing this. Now we regather a little bit, make it a bit more gathered.
The job of fixing the skirt left me with a tiny strip of fabric, so of course I'm using it as a challenge to create a top from it, utilizing the waste that would otherwise be thrown out.
So I've cut all of the pieces out for the front over the top, and I've almost run out of scrap, and I haven't done the back of the top yet, but I have this, and I have this, and I have this. So I hope that's gonna be enough for straps, a placket, and the back of the top, because that's all the fabric I've got. I love these sort of challenges that sewing gives you, always problem solving and stretching your brain. The red cedar's leaves are turning, which is the first sign of the turn of the season. In the morning, the forest lights up with their red glow. The red cedar's just starting to get its leaves back, and it's the most beautiful thing. It gets these red shoots of new growth. It's incredible. Most trees look beautiful when they're losing their leaves, but instead the red cedar has its bright growth when the leaves are coming back, when the warm weather starts to come again. So our winters are normally pretty mild because it's the sunny season, it's the dry season, so it's like sunny all the time and the weather's, you know, not that cold. But when it's rainy, it feels really freezing, and today it's rainy and I thought it was like very, very cold. I'm wearing the biggest woolen jumper I could find. And then I looked at the weather and it's 18 degrees Celsius. So now I just feel like I'm being a bit dramatic, to be honest. But today I'm finishing this top, so I've decided I don't like the back. I ran out of fabric, so I made it the same color, but I think it doesn't match. So I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna make, the front was where I was going to have buttons, but I'm not gonna do that anymore. I'm gonna put a seam in there, and then I'm gonna make the back the entrance, and I'm gonna make it kind of like corsety. And I think I really like that. Unpicking is always so sad, but when you have a plan and you think that it'll really work this time, then the inspiration just takes over. To save on fabric, I'm using a lace-up back, which I think is going to look really cute. The final step is binding the bottom of the top, and then it's all ready. I'm so happy with how this top worked out. It's funny, all the complicated parts that made it so hard to do out of such a tiny piece of fabric turned out to be my favourite part. I'm so excited to make this top again in different fabrics and experiment more. Also, the lace-up back and adjustable straps means that it can change with my body and fit a lot of sizes, which is something I always try for when I'm designing. Come on! Come on! Hi! Hello! I'm collecting the goats from their afternoon of eating lots of food.
The joy of making your own patterns means that sometimes it works out beautifully and better than you could ever imagine, and other times it's a complete failure. This time I'm so happy, and I don't think I'll make any changes to this pattern next time I make it. My favourite outfit is one that's practical enough to collect the goats from their paddock in, but dramatic enough to feel like a princess in, and I think this is the perfect balance.
I know it's early, but gotta go, come on! I think I've come too early, none of them are ready to go home yet. You can never tell a goat what to do, you have to follow their routine, and they don't want to go home. Come on, it's time! Alright, come on everyone! Come on! Maggie's being a good girl.